I like that bit though. Cut again. Cut down. There are times when fashion crosses over with technology, and the company at the forefront of this strange happening is Apple. Now, don't deny it, it happened with the iPhone. Thousands of people now wear iWatches, and now suited and booted workers on their commutes to London use AirPods. But the biggest issue when fashion and tech does mix is the price. It starts to become a very expensive hobby to keep up. But at the same time, it doesn't really have to be, and you can still look good. Take the i100 TWS Wireless Earbuds for example. They've blatantly taken a note out of Apple's design handbook, so much so that if you wore these in your ears walking through London, no one will think you're wearing anything other than AirPods. It's like when you buy a pair of Calvin Kleins from your local clothing market stall, no one's going to know you're cheap, and you still look baller. The i100 TWS wireless headphones are exactly that, and unfortunately I feel that that's really all they're good for. They retail for around $17 from tech reseller GearBest and come with both headphones and a carrying case which also doubles as a charger, an Apple Lightning charging cable, more on that in a moment, and a rubberized cord that keeps the headphones wrapped around your neck to save you from losing them while you're in motion, while you're on the move. So everything in our box of headphones was white, which I do admit give them a very premium feeling if compared to the likes of the Apple Airpods for example. The carrying case will also act as the earbuds charger. Standby time is around 100 hours, which although we didn't quite test for the full 100 hours, they did last a week during commutes, and I commute for about 4 hours a day. Audio playback, however, only comes in at 2 hours. After this, you'll have to stick the headphones back in the case for a charge. Now, it's not an ideal amount of time, I don't think, for playback. However, they do only take around 1 hour to get back up and running to full battery again. The case uses the standard Apple Lightning cable to charge, which is alright, but I would have liked to have seen something a little more universal like micro USB or even Type-C now. As these aren't an official Apple product, and the fact that GearBest advertised them working with the majority of Android devices makes it a little confusing that they would use an Apple connection, you know, because if you are an Android user, you've probably got a few micro USB or Type-C cables laying around the house which you could use with these, but now you've got to go out. If the Apple cable breaks and you're an Android phone, you've got to go out and buy another Apple connection. The headphones only use a Bluetooth connection, so there's that fact as well, and there's no magic happening behind the scenes like the superior connection of the AirPods and an Apple mobile phone. However, saying that, when I did use them with my Android phone, I've got a Google Pixel 3, they connected very, very quickly, and the way that they connect, one of the headphones is the master, and the other one's the slave. The slave has to connect to the master headphones, and then the Bluetooth signal is thrown out from there. It was very, very quick. Unfortunately, we don't use Apple devices here. I think actually Nick uses an Apple phone, but he wasn't around during my testing, so I can only really test these with an Android phone, which GearBest advertise as anyway, but the actual connection between the headphones and the phone, the whole setup was very, very quickly, so there is that. Now, in terms of sound quality, I'm just going to come out and say it. I've definitely heard better. They're not the greatest, and anyone who's really into their music are not going to enjoy the audio quality that these produce. There's a very much a distinct lack of bass to your music using the i100 TWS wireless earbuds. It's almost as if there's some kind of heavy treble lift during playback. Now, the soundstage is also fairly narrow as well. Straight Outta Compton's deep bass line was pretty much cut. It's present, but there's no thud. Now, that's similar to Childish Gambino's This Is America. When the music kicks in, there's no bass rumble. Now, the sound is present, but it just lacks the vibration that you would get from a higher quality set of headphones. But I have to keep reminding myself that these are only $17 after all. Now, rock music was slightly better as it relies on a near flat equalizer to blend the music, but still, Jimmy Eat World or Bless the Fool still just felt a little dead. The controls do feel very nice to use though, and the touch sensitivity is enough to give the headphones a little stroke to do things like play and pause and hang up phone calls. I found it quite strange, however, that the left earbud was used for skip forward and the right earbud was used to skip back. Now, looking at your phone while you're skipping tracks, I would have liked these reversed, as you usually skip track on the right of the play button. You've got the play button in the middle, the right's usually on the right hand side, but this is very much reversed. It's like this with every single music player ever, but $17, remember, things can't be perfect. But if you're someone who's after a bit of a fashion fix or want to keep up to date with the latest tech trends, or you have kids that all want to look the business on a playground in front of their friends with their new AirPods, you could go for some of these for sure over a set of Apple Airpods, which in all honesty don't really sound much better than these anyway. Now the i100 TWS Wireless Earbuds sound quality is trash, but the build quality is pretty solid and the battery life is okay for short commutes. Charge time is nice and the case standby time is huge, but because of the sound quality, it's very hard to really recommend these to any kind of audio lovers out there. So thank you very much for checking out our video review of the i100 TWS Wireless Earbuds, or the AirPod ripoffs. If you enjoyed this video, then do hit that like button. Please do subscribe to keep up with our latest tech and gaming videos, and also let us know in the comments below if you would rather spend, what are AirPods now, £150, £200, something like that? Would you want to spend £200 on a pair of AirPods, or would you go for a set of these? Or if you've got kids, would you buy them all of these? Or do you just want to look the fashion business? Then would you go for one of these? Let us know in the comments below. As I say, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.